区的观众朋友，大家好！我们今天当然是看完了第3天的比赛。那我这边请到了一位神秘嘉宾来跟大家采访。
Hello guys, I'm Sjokz. What's up, LMS?
So for my first question, a lot of the community describes you as elegant, charming, but what I've heard most from your co-workers is actually hard work ethics. Can you talk us through how you prepare all your questions, or how do you do the analyst desk?
Yeah, I think that's a very important or a cool question actually, because I don't want to be remembered or appreciated the most because, oh, she's wearing cute things or she's looking good or whatever. I really want to prove that I work hard, and it's very simple. It's because I love League of Legends. It's very different at a World Championship because at the analyst desk in Europe, it's my show to run, you know what I mean? And I work a lot with the stats to get in there and the graphics to get them in the show. Here it's different because it's being done over in LA.
Yeah.
But I still try, especially to prepare very well. We have a boot camp beforehand, which I am in as well with all the casters to prepare as much as we can. And then here I like to talk a lot to people like yourself or to people who just know a lot about the player I'm about to interview, because I would never want to ask a question that is as dumb because I wasn't informed. And it's the most important thing, because in the end we want the player to feel comfortable and be able to say whatever he wants to say. So yeah, that's about it.
Getting comfortable and networking with the right people.
Yeah, to get the right information basically, and not make sure that you never put someone in a bad position that you're interviewing, unless you're trying to ask them the hard questions.
You do that quite often, actually. I think that's very admirable, because sometimes even we're afraid to just approach with that.
Yeah.
So for my second question, obviously I think you're one of the most recognizable female faces in League of Legends. If we read Twitch chat or we're just in esports, we know that it's very easy for a female to be marginalized in esports because it's really hyper competitive. Yeah. We're currently looking for casters and commentators, and we hope that there's going to be some ladies applying.
Yeah.
Would there be any suggestions you want to give to people coming into our industry?
I think the same or what I said in my first in the first answer. I think a lot of the times people go, oh, it's so easy for girls to get in the door or whatever. I would say it might be easier to get in the door, but it'll also shut a lot faster if you don't prove that you really want to be there and you really want to work hard. So I think that should be the main focus, and not, how do I look or what is happening there. And I think that's showing itself. We have a lot of influential people. We have good Chinese analysts, for instance, that
Frosker
for instance, Frosker and all of them, and Kelsey, and I think that's very admirable, and there's nothing to stop you from doing it just because you're a woman, not at all.
Okay, sure. So that's encouragement for you guys out there if you want to apply. So coming back to Worlds, obviously you can't be very partial, but is there a team that you've been constantly rooting for?
Well, I feel like we get kind of a check at Worlds because, no, we're not, in any game, we're always going to be objective and, okay, who was a better team, who had a better strategy, who won and why. But there's still always that little bit of the European feeling, because you live with these guys throughout the entire year and you see their emotions and you see them kind of going through the struggles and the happy moments they have, so immediately you're going to bond with that. So I do always want Europe to do well, but I think us, and this, in the end, you just have to look at who is the best objectively.
Yeah, of course. But let's go back to Europe maybe. Yeah. Did you expect them to actually do this well this tournament?
Well, for now it's only OG. I think I was definitely a little bit disillusioned after the first week in Fnatic's performance, and more so because they reverted back to a style that they were playing in the spring split, which was then okay because they were the new team that were figuring themselves out. They would be too aggressive at times, and Huni would sometimes go in when he shouldn't, and everything would kind of tilt around. It's something we saw even in the final versus the Unicorns of Love in spring.
Yeah.
And I think I'm most disappointed that whatever all the help and all the support staff and all the goodwill they have, that it still fell back to that in the very first week.